Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have a couple varieties of Matoa or crystal fruit. The Latin name is Pometia pinnata. This fruit occurs wild in the jungles of Borneo and is actually very common in some parts of the jungles. Here I'm in Borneo, in the city of Kuching. In many online sources you will find that the fruit is native to Papua, but actually it's native to quite large parts of Indonesia and Malaysia. And yeah, here in Borneo, sometimes when you're in the jungle, the ground is covered in many places with the mostly with the empty shells of this fruit, because the monkeys and other animals have gotten them before you. In recent decades, crystal fruit has become quite popular around here, mostly with the Chinese community in Borneo. Other people, yeah, they also have it, but it seems to be very popular for the Chinese because they also attribute some medicinal significance to it. And yeah, it's not too surprising that different varieties have been bred from it. Today I managed to buy 3 different varieties. None of which is basically the standard variety here. Yeah, yesterday I bought the standard variety, which basically the color is more or less like this, the shape is more or less like this, and the size is more or less like this. I bought a lot of it yesterday, but I ate it all. So today I managed to find 3 different varieties. Actually, that's the variety I found first. Those green ones mixed together in a box with a lot of black ones, the standard variety. And when I came back an hour later, they had more than 10 kilograms and they were super expensive, 13 ringgit, which is quite expensive for fruits here. Somebody had bought all of them and they just fished out a couple fruits that were left on the bottom of the box. And now I'm quite happy that I managed to find this this variety which completely lacks the dark color. Here we have another variety, quite small and roundish, very similar to the original wild fruit you find in the jungle. But I asked them and they said, no, it's not from the jungle, it's from their garden. However, here they also have a thing called fruit forest, so the difference between jungle and garden, there is no absolutely strict division between jungle and garden. If a garden has been planted over 100 years ago and abandoned 50 years ago, good luck if you are not familiar with the local fruits to find out that something has been cultivated there. And then last but definitely not least, this giant variety of crystal fruit. And now let's compare the taste. Let's start with this one. At first I thought they had harvested a lot of unripe fruit. Sometimes people do this. This is for the weekend market. Sometimes people, when they go to the weekend market, they have to make work the time, so whenever they don't have enough ripe things in their garden, often they will rip off some unripe fruits and try to sell them. Some of the unripe fruit species are popular here as vegetables, but some, I think it's just a waste to rip them off while still unripe. Those I thought were unripe, but this nice woman gave me one to eat, and it was actually good. Yeah, and then later she gave me 3 more because somebody had bought everything before I could buy it. Well, I guess you can see why it's called crystal fruit. It's in the Sapindaceae, in the soapberry family. Funny, the family is named after the disgustingly tasting soapberry, but it has so many tasty relatives like lychee, longan or rambutan. And the crystal fruit, which kinda looks like a crystal. Well, lychee, longan and rambutan, the flesh also looks like a crystal. A bit sweet, but the dominant taste is savory. Really savory. It's not so much like a fruit, it's a little bit like some pretty, well, how shall I say, tasteless meat or gelatin, something savory, something made from animals rather than plants. Okay, and this one is not very sweet, but the one I tried before on the stall was pretty sweet. Now let's see this old-fashioned variety, which might even have been something that they just collected from the jungle and replanted in the garden decades ago. Considerably sweeter. I would even say sweetness here dominates the sourness. Let's give this other one more chance. No, it's pretty hard. It cracked the two other ones before it cracked. There is a bit more sweet, but still on the savory side. Now the giant variety. Giant variety also has the color that 80-90% of the fruits on the market have. So the color of those two other varieties, they're a little bit unusual. Okay, let's see. By far the sweetest of them all. The sweetness totally dominates the savoriness. Also, it's juicier. Of course, it's bigger. Yeah. This is definitely the winner. It's the biggest, it's the sweetest, it's the juiciest. In second comes the wildish looking thing. And the third one is this pale one. I wonder if they're maybe They taste ripe enough, but sweetness wise they cannot compare to the others. So folks, those were 3 different varieties of Matoa or Chrystal Fruit, both here at the weekend market in Kuching. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich city of Kuching. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.